There is a saying, you build your habits for the first half of your life and those habits will build you for the rest of your life. And this quote hit me so hard. I realized that we are what we are today because of our habits. If you compare a successful person with an unsuccessful one, you'll realize the successful person is successful because everything he does. Today, I'm going to discuss an important habit that you can build now and that will eventually pay you off in the long run. If you are in your 20s or 30s, watch this video until the end. I can guarantee this will help you achieve your financial independence in your life. So let's get started. What is the 10% rule? I got the initial idea from one of the all-time Canadian best-selling books on financial well-being called The Wealthy Barber, written by David Chilton. I have recently read that book and I will do a book review video on the entire book at some point, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. So what is this 10% rule? It's very simple. It's a saving rule. Many of us want to save but don't know how much we should save. 10% rule is a great starting point. You should save 10% of your income every time you receive your salary or earnings. Let's say for simplicity, you are earning a salary of $1,000 bi-weekly. I'm saying it bi-weekly because that's how we get paid here in Canada. So this $1,000 is what you receive in your bank account after all the pensions, insurance, taxes have been deducted at source. So this is the net deposit in your salary account. According to this 10% rule, you should save $100 bi-weekly. That's $200 a month. I'm assuming 2 salary days in a month for simplicity. This might seem like a lot initially, but when you get used to living with your remaining 90%, it won't be such a big deal. Let's assume 10% of your salary is off limits. That's for your future self, and you owe that to your future financial well-being. Start saving it. How does it work? It's plain and simple. You find your salary day. Then you set up a pre-authorized payment plan so that on the salary day or maybe the next day, 10% of your income is automatically deducted from your salary account and invested somewhere. By doing this, you are essentially training yourself to live your life with the 90% remaining of your income. That's not too bad, right? By saving only 10% of your income, you are giving yourself and your family a better future, a financially independent future. How? You'll find out by the end of this video. Now let's discuss why this works. First of all, the 10% rule gives you a general guidelines for savings. Often we all know that we need to save, but we don't know how much and when to save. This 10% rule gives you a base idea. Save 10% of what you earn and make sure you set aside as soon as it hits your account. Secondly, it ensures you pay yourself first. We all work hard and we receive salary at the end of the month as a return of your hard work. But what do we do when we get paid? We pay other people first. Our rent, our mobile phone bill, our Wi-Fi, our electricity bill, so on and so forth. Do we pay ourselves at all? The 10% rule makes sure you pay yourself first before paying anyone else with your hard-earned money. The third reason why it works is that it forces us to save. If you start saving 10% of your income as soon as you receive your salary, that's a forced saving. If you did not set this up, you probably would not be able to save this much. But by following this rule, you have no choice but to save 10% of your income and start living with the rest 90%. Now, let's discuss about the benefit of the rule. Let's discuss numbers now. If you started saving $100 bi-weekly, that's $200 a month. How much would you save in a year? That's $2,400. That doesn't seem like much, right? But let's say you're 25 years old and you started saving with the aim of retiring early, or at least not worrying about money when you retire. If you save this amount for the next 25 years, how much would you have saved by the time you are 50? Still, $60,000 in 25 years doesn't seem like much, right? Hold on, this is not just about saving your own money. If you invest your money, you will earn some return on your investment, right? Let's assume you earn an annual rate of return of 5% on your investment. How much will it grow? Still not impressive. Now, let's talk about an interesting term, compound interest. Earlier, we assumed that you would earn a 5% return on your investment of $2,400. That's $120 a year. But imagine you earn that interest on your first year. What would your initial investment be in the next year? That $120 would not sit idle. It would also be invested to earn interest on it. Compound interest is the interest calculated on the principal and the interest that accumulated over previous year. Basically, you earn interest not only on the principal but also on the interest you earned in previous periods. Now, consider how much you could earn on your savings if you earned compound interest year after year for 25 years. Does this chart look a little bit promising now? Now, think about it. If you are investing for 25 years, that's a long-term investment. Will you be earning only 5% interest? As you all know, the longer the investment horizon, the higher the potential return on investment. What if you earned a 10% return instead? How does that look now? Pretty impressive, right? I assumed someone is starting at 25 years of age and saving for 25 years until they turn 50. But most people retire in Canada at age 65. Let's say someone starts to save at 25 and plans to retire at 60. How much could they save after 35 years of saving $2,400 every year? What if the rate of return is 10% instead of 5%? I have an MBA in finance. I could go on and on with different scenarios and numbers. But my point is, my bottom line is, if you develop a habit of saving 10% of your income starting from now, and with the power and magic of compound interest, it will take care of your financial well-being on its own. Just make sure you invest that money in some form of investment, not just keep it in a non-growth savings account. The problem is, we always overestimate what we can accomplish in a short term, say 1 year, and underestimate what we can achieve in long term. We think we'll accomplish so much in 1 year and then we fail to do so because we overestimate our abilities. But when we say we'll accomplish something in 10 years, we can often do much more than we think because we underestimate our capacity for long-term growth. A few things to consider here. Your salary will increase over time. As you grow old, become experienced, take a senior position role, your salary will be increased. So instead of saving $2,400 a year, your 10% will be much higher at the later stage of your life, meaning your investment will grow even faster at that point. Second thing, with long-term investment plan, it's highly likely that your rate of return will be in double digits. However, you can never predict the exact rate. In some year it can be 20% or more, in some year it can be negative. Another thing is, you probably have a partner who will also follow the 10% rule. Together, your combined investments can make a significant difference. So if you follow this 10% rule and start saving 10% of your earnings from today, there are high chances that it will only get better in future. I remember starting to save almost 40% of my salary when I first got a job back in 2012. I was young, a fresh university graduate, and I didn't have many expenses. And I'm sure many of you who have just landed your first job, don't have many responsibilities, can do the same. Anyway, I started to save from the very first month of my job. Back then, I opened a couple of deposit pension schemes, and those amounts were directly deducted from my salary account every month as soon as I got paid. Within 3 years, I could save substantial amount of money and earned a 12.5% return on those savings, which gave me a strong start on my path to financial independence. I suggest that everyone, no matter how big or small your income is, separate 10% of your income and save it for yourself. Start living with the remaining 90% of your income. You will see a big difference in your finances sooner than you realize. That's it for today. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to my channel. And let me know in the comment section below if you already have a similar savings plan or if you are planning to start one. Let's grow together. Until I see you next time, take care. Bye bye.